Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I say welcome to the people who are new. I say welcome back to those who are returning. I really appreciate you clicking on my video. My name is Belle and this is the Belle Perspective, and we're covering Love and Marriage Huntsville. I know I've been gone for the folks that are returning. We're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. In the latest episode, I think this is episode 7, Speak Now or Forever Holt Your Peace. Before we get into the review, I've got a couple housekeeping items I need to cover. I'm trying to get back into the rhythm of things. It's been 2 weeks, y'all. Let's get into it. You know, this is a growing channel, okay? I'm over the 200 mark. So happy about it. We pushing the 500, y'all. We pushing the 500, and I need your help. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, I still need your help. Hit the like button, get down in the comments, and let me know what you think about the episode, my commentary, and TV in general, okay? As I like to typically do, for anyone who subscribes, I like to shout you out. We show love over here. And I appreciate everyone who subscribes, likes, comments from the bottom of my heart. Okay? I appreciate it. And so I am shouting out Tammy Moore, Gavin Rose, Tracy Watkins, and Dominique Devereaux. Dominique Devereaux. I'm definitely shouting out Dominique Devereaux because that's my girl. Y'all remember that show from back in the day when you sat up there and watched it with your grandma? What was it called? It wasn't Dallas. Dynasty. That's it. That's it. My grandma used to love that show. Welcome to the channel. And I hope you like it around here. Okay. Let's get into this episode. So I have a good excuse as to why I did not review the last episode. It did not catch it on my DVR. And when I went back and I found out that that was a problem, other people on YouTube were also saying that they weren't able to find the episode, yada yada yada. Long story short, I'm kind of glad I missed it. That last episode, it really wasn't all that. Anyway, this episode was much. My overall thoughts, I think, yeah. I like this show. Like I have not given up on it. I know a lot of people are saying that they've given up on it. It's boring. I've been giving up on it. I actually like it still. See the potential. I really love the fact that they've been covering businesses and different dealings and what it's like to run your own business in the day to day. I really love that aspect, and I think that they're trying to I think they're trying to go back to that now in some way, shape, or form. But I don't think that that was the original intent from Carlos' perspective. I think he pitched that with Mel and Martell and the rest of the folks. But I don't think Carlos saw the mess and knew that it was coming. So episode begins with Stormi and Courtney, and I'm gonna tie in a few things from the last episode, episode 5. What was it called? Black exploitation or some foolishness. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, I'll tie in some of the updates from that last episode into this episode. So the episode opens up with Stormi and Courtney. I love Stormi. I go up for Stormi. I go up for her. She is a businesswoman. She is smart. She is doing her thing. She's unconventional. She is a mom. She is a wife. She is a boss. That girl, I go up for Stormi. By the way, I put in another order for the serum. I usually get my serum at either Target or CVS, but I haven't been to the store in a while, so put an Amazon order in, and mine it should be here by Monday. So, girl, I added to your added to your stress, girl, which is a good problem to have. Anyway, so Stormi and Courtney, they're talking. Stormi has an impromptu meeting with her team. She's got about 5 or 6, maybe 7 employees. Wow, how amazing is that to be able to have 7 employees that work for you full time? You're doing really well. Meeting at the Canvas Beauty Warehouse, and they're talking about how they just moved in and how we need to pick up the slack and and tighten up in the areas of organization, following protocol. And me being an HR consultant, my mind was going like, girl, do you have SOPs? Like when they were talking about the labeling piece, I was like, girl, why you don't know when to order? Like, well, y'all need a real warehouse manager. Y'all need a real production manager, because the cousin junior we later identify is not he is a cousin and he has no no real experience. He was just helping out, and he just kind of like helping out to get her off the ground, but not didn't really have that hands-on experience as far as like logistics is concerned, supply chain, things like that. So, child. Anyway, but I was looking at the crew that she had, and the first person I was looking at was Junior, and I was like, he looked. I hate to say it. I hate to say it because appearances don't tell anything about a person's character. But when I saw Junior, I was like, child, he look lazy as hell. He look like he don't do nothing. And again, appearances can't tell you anything, but I just immediately picked up on that. I really did. She's calling out a lot of the cell phone activity. There's a lot of cell texting going on and not really working. And she's saying, listen, we have serious volume. We've got about 4,000 orders a week. We've got 20,000, in a month, etc. We've got a lot going on. We've got a lot going on, and we need to make sure that we're tightening up and being a lot more efficient. Yes, Junior brings up we need more hands. We need more hands to help us. And Stormy was like, I absolutely agree with you. We do need more hands, but I also want to make sure that we're being as lean as possible from a staff perspective and making some of these processes as efficient as possible. These are the days. This is what I wanted to see personally. This is what I wanted to see. Okay. I loved it. Stormy in the confessional talking about how she may have to fire her cousin. Well, she didn't say fire, but she said make some changes, but we already know what that means. They plan to expand the workforce, but they want to make sure that they tighten up on the production from a employee perspective, a staffing and a process and procedure perspective before they add additional members to the team, which makes sense. That's a smart move. Then we move on to Melody. Melody is in a meeting with her team and they're pitching ideas to Melody of all the different things that they're going to be trying to put her in. They're talking about getting her in a movie. Let me tell you something. I don't too much care for Melody. Okay. I don't too much care for her. She's not my favorite. But when it comes to Melody and Martell, I'm Team Melody. I don't care what Martell got going on. I don't give a damn. And I'm probably gonna repeat that a couple times in this video, but I just really want y'all to know that, okay? With Melody having all these different things, she's gonna be in a movie, which I personally am not trying. Well, anyway, those movies will be for someone. They are the fashion, and I could see her doing that. There was a woman who said that they were trying to get her in, get her on the international market as far as fashion is concerned. Um, they were talking about how Seventh Avenue made 1 million in revenue. And okay, so no shade, y'all. This is not about to be no shade. But I quickly Googled Seventh Avenue. I just put Seventh Avenue in Google, right? Just so I can see the website. I'm like, maybe it might be a little something, maybe a little hand moisturizer, maybe a little body lotion I could grab real quick. Nothing came up but furniture, Seventh Avenue. And I was like, okay, well, let me be a little bit more specific. Like, that's not a good marketing thing because if I got to dig that hard, then what am I looking for? And I probably, anyway, but so I digged. I said Seventh Avenue by Melody Holt. There is no website so I'm trying to figure out where is the revenue. No, I'm not trying to be funny, but where is she getting these orders from? Because I literally Googled it and she don't have no website. And if she do, somebody put it in the chat so that I can see it. Because baby, I Googled and then I did an even more precise Google and I was just like, oh, I still don't see a website that says Seventh Avenue. So I don't know. They were talking about her, like articles popped up that she had launched something all over, but there was no like actual website that says Seventh Avenue Skincare.com, etc. Here are all the things that you can look at to purchase. So I'm trying to figure out where that $1 million coming from when y'all don't even got no website. But that's neither here nor there. That's for her manager to try to figure out. That's not my business. Manager, all the people in the team leaves, all the people that are trying to get her to doing speaking engagements and traveling all over the place and doing the things that she wants to do, which is wonderful. Her manager's asking her, hey, check in with you. How are you doing? It's really hard. I know you went through a life crisis. Are you doing your mental check-ins? And Melody basically said, I'm trying to maintain the same lifestyle that I had, that my children had when they had both parents. And so I've got a lot of things on my plate. And so she is entertaining the idea for the Blaque Expo. And I'm not gonna lie, Tisha saying Black Expo the whole time in the last episode was funny, but I also have to remember that because just because she has a speech impediment does not mean that she is not intelligent. I love Tisha. I go up for her. She be acting. She sometimes sis be needing a powwow. Sometimes we need to have a powwow with sis. But I really go up for Tisha. She is a darker skinned woman. I'm always gonna stand up for the women that are chocolatey for me. Okay. I'm biased. I'm telling you right now. He also tells us that Mariah and Malia's birthday are within a week apart. So she's planning a birthday party for them. And she's so excited. And that birthday party it was everything. I love the decorations. It was real cute. So we get to Marceau and Tisha. So Marceau and Tisha have partnered with Slutty Vegan, which I have yet to try them. I know that they're in Atlanta. I wish they would come to DC. I wish they would come to DC. But so they partner with Slutty Vegan. I guess Slutty Vegan go take a tour bus and they rent spaces, and obviously they market it out and people come and buy food and congregate. So Tisha and Marceau sit down and they're talking to the sales and marketing director, I believe, of Slutty Vegan. So I think everybody knows what Slutty Vegan is. If you don't know, I'll put the link in the description box. Tisha was saying that she's looking to partner with Slutty Vegan if they decide to come to Huntsville. She was telling the sales director that Marceau is the GC and that this whole plaza they own. One, two, she's also a broker and a realtor, and she can find her a property so that they can set up a Slutty Vegan Huntsville. So I was like, go ahead, Tisha, with the biz. Like, that is a great idea. That is a great, 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 great idea. Have Slutty Vegan paying you mortgage, rent. Girl, that's amazing. That's amazing. So then they converse, they talk. The salesperson for Slutty Vegan, she ends up going, and then I'm sorry, Kimmy and Maurice come in and they talk about the Black Expo meeting and how they felt, how it went. They were like, we felt it went well, but basically, Kimmy was being in a low key passive aggressive, well, not even passive aggressive, but low key shady way. You pretty much renamed it, put it under new management, but gave us the very same thing. So, what is our role in this piece? And they still are going back and forth, saying, we didn't really think about that, and that's what most of the conversation was from the last episode. What are Maurice, Kimmy, Martell, and Melody's role within the Black Expo? And what I was taking it as is that Tisha was presenting the idea like she had done before, previously with the comeback group, and wanting people to kind of say, okay, well, I could do this, I could do that, submitting their ideas. But what I think that she did not realize is that they are not in the same space that they were in 6 years ago, 7 years ago. These people now have managers, they are booking things, they are doing, like, everyone has elevated, including her. And so the fact that they don't want to pay anybody is not only silly, but you don't even have a relationship that's you bear okay, you and Kimmy just got back good, okay? And you and Melody are literally being nice nasty to each other just so that y'all can keep going with this show. So it's not even like you have solid relationships with these people to even ask them to do something for free. It's like, Tisha, come on, girl. Like, I know you remember from back in the day how you were able to, lean on them to pitch ideas and do those things. But now, sweetheart, love, you can't do that because, baby, I know if somebody asked you to work for free, you would not be doing it. He should says back to Kimmy and says, well, we've all elevated. And I sense Kimmy or Tisha being real insecure in that moment, basically trying to say, oh, everyone else is elevated but us. No, sweetheart, that's not the case. What Kimmy was saying to you is that I am not that same person that I was 6 years ago, willing and ready to do things for free just so I can get camera time and exposure. I have exposure now. I don't need that. What I need is my coin. Okay. I think at this point, y'all just look real tacky. and you need to be quiet. So Martell and Marsau, child, this scene was way too long because I don't like Martell. I think Martell is psycho. Martell is not okay. Martell is not. He is not okay. He's not okay. But I wrote, here we go again in my notes. Here we go again. He's trying to study for this licensure. I forgot broker's license. Forgot what it is. Builder's license. Thank you. That's it. That's it. That's it. Thank you, memory. Builder's license. He's still trying to study for this. Child, how many years ago? Thought he hired a tutor. That didn't work. Now he's going to Marshall. Why didn't he go to Marshall in the first place? Anyway, Marshall decided that they were going to barter each other's knowledge. Marceau was going to barter Martell's knowledge for exercise and fitness, and Martell was going to barter Marceau's knowledge for the builder's license. He gave him study guides and all this other stuff. And child, don't bet on Martell. Okay, don't hold your breath and don't bet on him, because baby, he not really serious about it. He ain't for real. He's not. So they start talking about the core six. They don't call it the comeback group anymore. They call it core six, and the group the meeting that they had in the last episode about the Black Expo. Both of them are excited. I think it's a good idea. Marceau, again, with his tacky ass, is still saying he is not paying anybody and they need to get off of it. That's that. And I'm just like, you're tacky. Martell asked about Mel, which again, why do you keep bringing up Melody when no one is talking about her? She is not in this conversation. You are not married to her. She does not live with you. She is nowhere in your vicinity. She's not even in the room at the moment. She's not even down the street. Sweetheart, what are you talking about? There is nothing that is giving you Mel. Why are you constantly talking about Mel? Leave that lady alone. Dear God. For all of us. Okay? He did bring, okay, I'm not even gonna lie, he did bring up a good point. He asked about Tisha and Melody. When did they become friends? They on and off all the time. They constant. I'm trying to think of the name. Frenemies. That's it. They frenemies. Marcel says, I don't know. They did something. I don't know. Martell was like, is it real? Is their friendship real? Child, that's a question I had. But again, they're really just trying to be friends so they can keep going on with the show. Because production told them, listen, hey, I understand y'all mad at each other, but y'all ain't gonna be able to keep doing this because the show got to keep going on. So they decided they were gonna suck it up and move along. They Martell gets a line, and I say Martell gets a line because I know good and damn well he's like, oh, my kid, I haven't got to see any of my kids for their birthday party. They were gone. She didn't let me contact them for 56 days. When I call her so I could talk to the kids, she don't want me to talk to them. Martell, these children are old enough to be able to call you on the phone. These children are old enough to have them call you on the phone. Why don't you set up times and days during the week and during the weekend where you have your kids give you a call directly to talk to them? Why don't you set up time with your kids directly, okay? And say, hey, call me on the phone at this time. Call me on the phone on this day. Why do you have to still go through Melody? The only one that you probably still need to call, still need to talk to or deal with through Melody is the littlest one. But the rest of them, they can call you on the phone, Martell. I was looking at Marceau when Martell started going on about how he's not been able to see his kids, and his usual blah 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 blah, his usual thing about trying to make it seem like Melody is not co-parenting and that he's not an actual horrible person that's not contributing to his own trauma and issues. Okay, he says he thinks that Melody doesn't want anyone to see her being nice to him. Martell, you fool, that is not the thing. That's not it. You're threatening to take her children. You are trying to put her on child support. Sir, there are a lot of things that you are doing. Here you go, Martell. I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not interrupting your peace. I haven't said anything wrong. Boy, I can't believe. Okay. Martell will go around and tell anybody who will listen and believe any old thing. Child, he be a lie, and a lie don't care who tell it, baby. A lie don't care who tell it. Okay. So we get to Stormi and Courtney. Stormi and Courtney are at the warehouse and they need to have a conversation with Junior. Y'all saw how Junior's energy changed when Courtney had walked up into their office. I was like, yup. Not Courtney, Stormi and Junior walk into the office, and she wants to have a conversation with him about the energy that they have between each other in terms of their relationships. I'm starting to see that Stormi is really big on relationships and maintaining them and making sure that they have open communication, etc., etc. Junior opens up and he goes, okay, listen, I'm pumping all this vibrato. Soon as Courtney walk in, he calmed down. He don't have nothing else to say. He chilling. I'm like, I'm glad Courtney walked into that office because boy, you was about to try to. And I know that she's your cousin, but brother cousin. Y'all know how it is. You got a cousin that's about the same age and y'all raised like y'all siblings. Y'all know how it is. That energy definitely got different as soon as Courtney walked up into that room, and I loved it. Stormy is saying, "Listen, I feel like the energy is different now that you work for me. Now that we work together, I'm hearing that you're coming in late." He was like, "Oh, well, you told us to come in at 8:05." Courtney was like, "Why would you come here at 8:05? Why would you come here before then?" Stormy was like, "Yeah, but I'm hearing people say you clock in at 8:18. All these other times." He was like, "Well, sometimes the traffic," and I was like, "See." He looked like he lazy. He looked like everything everybody else fault but his. That's what he give me. Like he just here because he needed a job. That's really what he's giving me. Only thing is, so Stormy has decided to Stormy decided to let him go in that conversation. And also there was an exchange about text messages and who was texting. Courtney said, "Are you really working to the best of your ability?" Junior was like, "Yeah. I feel like I'm doing better than everybody else." And I've been in way too many performance management calls to know that that's the response to somebody who really ain't lifting their weight. Because it's always pointing their finger at somebody else. If you're really truly concerned about your own performance, you ain't gonna be worried about what nobody else doing, baby. You only worried about your own self. Okay? Courtney says, nah, because I see you. I see you texting. And Junior was like, well, everybody else texting. Again, pointing the finger at other people. Courtney said, "Well, every time I look around, it's just you. It's just you." And honestly, you got to get family out. Family doesn't respect you in the way that a stranger would, if that makes sense. In business, I'm saying in the context of business. I remember when I was coming out and I was moving from Jacksonville to Orlando, and I was moving in with my roommate, and my roommate and I were like best friends since middle school. And my grandmother told me, she was like, "You know what? It's probably best to move in with somebody that you don't really know." And reason being is because you'll want to respect that person's boundaries more because you don't really know them like that. You moving with somebody you do know, they're gonna be kind of like bending the rules and things like that. So you need to be prepared. Baby, if my grandma was not right, baby, if she wasn't right, it didn't rain. Ooh, rest in peace, grandma. If she wasn't right, it didn't rain, baby. She a year of me living with my best friend at the time. Child, we fell out and I never saw her again after freshman year. But because I knew her, she had that familiarity. She didn't really respect my boundaries in the way that I needed them to be respected. And I'm pretty sure she had a whole list of violations that she thought I had committed as well. But again, when you hire family, they have a sense of entitlement because they are related to you. They feel like I'm untouchable. And it could give off a negative culture vibe. Like people aren't trying to work for a company that have all these family members there because there's going to be infighting, there's going to be favoritism, nepotism. Like no one wants to deal with all that. People just want to come and do their job and go home. So anyway, that I think Stormy made the right decision as far as letting him go so that he can go on and do something else because what she said, it sounds like he's not happy there either. So we move on to the birthday party for Milani and Malia. Happy birthday, ladies. I don't know when this was. I'm guessing it was maybe in January or something like that. I'm not sure. I think it was after the holidays. It was at a skating rink. It was really cute. I love the way they set things up. It was very, very cute. The decorations were so cute. And I didn't notice that Tisha was walking in with her kids. on the street. I don't know who that was. I was just looking. I don't even know. I'm like, who is that? And then when I saw it again, I noticed that it was Tisha. I was like, okay. I didn't notice Tisha was there the first go round until they showed showed the camera or panned the camera onto her. I was like, oh my God, Tisha's here. What? Here's how I know. Here's how I know that Martell is really not trying to. This is not about the children. This is about disrupting Melody and trying to control her. My thought is that Martell has a tape playing in his mind of all of the wonderful lies that his mother has told him since probably the day he was born, the day that his father left him, in order to compensate for his father leaving him. His mother has lied to him over and over again about how great he is and how wonderful he is and how his don't stink and all these different things. And I feel like he has that tape playing in his head continuously over and over again. And when he's looking out into reality through this tape and through this lens, when it doesn't comply or doesn't fit or match what's going on in his head, he loses it. He is literally short circuiting right now, right in front of us, and it's ridiculous. Martell walks in with no gifts. So if it was really about your daughters and you really trying to celebrate them, no gifts, no flowers, no nothing in hand, no money, no gift card. You had nothing for your children. You just came. It was a free event where you could come and eat. And quiet as it's kept, see if Melody boyfriend was there, because that's really what it is. Melody pulls him aside and says, "Hey, Martell, let me chat with you. No, we're not gonna have cameras here. We just I need to talk to him." He says, I'm not leaving my daughter's birthday. She was like, "Martell, I invited you to your daughter's birthday last year. You didn't come. Where were you? Where were you?" Martell don't answer. I say, "Yep, there you go right there. Martell, you full of shit. Martell, you full of shit. You full of horse poo poo. You are full of it. You were invited last year. And I know you were invited last year because you didn't get an explanation. She asked you, where were you? You didn't respond. So, according to Madison County, I guess, or whatever the county they live in, mothers get the odd year birthdays and fathers get the even year, or something to that effect. Said, "I sent you an invitation and you can come get them later on this afternoon after I'm done." And he was like, "Nope, I want to celebrate my kid's birthday." She was like, "Well, today is still their birthday. You can reach out to them later this afternoon. You don't have to do it now." Martell, ain't no way in the whole damn world that you thought that you would be celebrating your birthday. That's what divorce does, sweetheart. You need to adjust. You need to adjust and understand that birthdays, celebration, all of those things will be held separately. She is not your wife. You are not a family anymore. You need to move on. Ray, girl, he got you looking so crazy right now. You look like an idiot. On Real Housewives of Atlanta, which I will be reviewing that. Real Housewives of Atlanta, he got you looking like, you saying to everybody that y'all are official, but on Love and Marriage Huntsville, he telling everybody you nice lady friend, and y'all ain't nothing more than that. Girl, he has got you looking stupid. I can't. Again, Mel says, "Come back. You can get him later today." He was like, "I don't want to get him later today. I don't want to know. We're gonna do this right now." Martell, you are a person. You are you for. What am I trying to say, Martell? You are intentionally trying to disrupt these children and Melody. So not only do you do disrupt them, then you go in, and this is the other piece that I was like, okay, he's gonna try to use this against Mel with the kids. He's gonna go in and say, "Well, I'm gonna leave." He probably was like, "All right, I'm leaving, but at least I'm gonna say bye to them." Go up to the kids. They're all excited seeing him, right? Hugging on him, right? Then he's gonna say, "Oh, your mom told me I gotta go." Martell, why did you do that? Martell, you were not thinking, and I almost cried. I almost cried watching this piece because I was like, "Martell, why would you do that to those children? Why would you do this to these kids?" Y'all, I almost cried. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was feeling so emotional. I was like, these children do not deserve this foolishness. This is some mess. They do not deserve this. And he gonna use this against Mel to try to turn them kids against her. I can't. I can't. I can't. I can't. The other piece, Tisha and Kiki were sitting down at the table, and this video getting so long, y'all. I'm trying to hurry to get through. Tisha and Kiki were at the party. She invited them. I guess she invited Kiki and Tisha on that track phone, huh? Anyway, they're talking. They're inviting to the tea party, so there's gonna be a tea party next week. Kiki already telling us that she got an issue with Tiffany, so it's gonna be some bullshit. You can already tell, and they're kind of basically going giving each other the rundown on how they got here. Kiki was surprised to see Tisha. Tisha was surprised to see Kiki. They're talking about how they all got each other all on the same page and had come to Jesus moments. Whatever, whatever, whatever. I.e., I needed to make up with this girl so we could actually film and make some extra money. Anyway, y'all get down in the comments and let me know what y'all think about this episode. I personally really liked it. I thought that I love seeing these business meetings. I love seeing them hearing the back end of what's happening. Stormy's issues are a good problem to have. 20,000 pieces that people are ordering. By the way, my serum coming in on Monday. I typically go to the store. I typically get it from CVS, but I was too lazy to go. But anyway, y'all tell me what y'all think. Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think about the episode, Martell, Melody, just all of it. Get down in the comments. Again, thank you so much. Another special shout out to all of my new subscribers: Tammy Moore, Gavin Rose, Tracy Watkins, and Dominique Devereaux. I really appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to get in the comments and let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe, okay? We're trying to grow this channel. I appreciate you guys. My name is Belle. This is the Belle Perspective. Take care.